Okay, so I'm gonna teach you in this lesson how to change something from standard form into slope-intercept form. These two equations that you're looking at represent the exact same line. I wanna make sure that that is really clear. Standard form, like we said in class, is really good for finding intercepts. So I'm just gonna talk about that one more time to make sure that it all makes sense. So if I plug in 0 for x, we talked about that cover-up method. I plug in 0 for x. What do I get for y? -3. If I plug in 0 for y, cover that up, what do I get for x? 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5. So I have the intercepts really easily from the equation in standard form. If I wanted to graph that line with my intercepts, I could. So I could say, okay, well, I have an intercept of 0, -3, and I have an intercept of 4.5, 0. And my line goes through those 2 points. So that's one way that I could graph a line. If it's in standard form, I'm gonna wanna get the 2 intercepts and graph it that way. But slope-intercept form is really much easier to use to graph. So we're gonna practice that, putting this form into this form. Let's just prove it to ourselves. If I wanted to graph this line, I would first go to the y-intercept of -3 down here, and then my slope is up 2 over 3. So up 2 over 1, 2, 3, up 2 over 1, 2, 3, and I would still end up on this line as I go. So these, I just wanted to kind of prove to you, these are the same exact thing. If I asked for the y-intercept over here, the y-intercept is right here at -3. Now I would say 0, -3, because I would want that answer to be a coordinate. But again, these are the same thing. So what I want you to be able to do today is to take this and write it like this. So how does that happen? So let's take the blue one. And the whole idea here is I want to use algebra to solve for y. I want to get y by itself. So think about, I have to strip everything away from this term and then strip away the 3. So the first thing I have to do is take the 2x and get it to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 2x from each side. So I end up with -3y equals, now I could put 9 minus 2x, but I don't love that order. I really want the x term to come first because that's going to represent my slope and I don't want to confuse myself. So I'm going to write the x term first and the numeric term second. So again, I'm going to try to solve for y. To do that, the first thing I need to do is get this 2x on the other side. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and I'm going to write it like this, with the x term first and the numeric term second. Well, now I have to still get y completely by itself. It's not yet. To get y by itself, I have to divide both sides by -3. Be careful. I have to divide everything on the other side by -3. So let's write it underneath everything. And now let's see what we have left. These cancel, so I have y equals -2 over -3 is 2/3 x, and then 9 divided by -3 is a -3. Slope-intercept form. Does it match? Yes. So today we're going to take standard form, rewrite it as slope-intercept. We're going to do that over and over again. The more you practice, the better that you're going to get. After this, tomorrow, we're going to take this form and write it as standard form so we can go back and forth. Then after that, we're going to make sure we're okay with, if we have standard form, it's easiest to get the intercepts. If we have intercept form, it's easiest to graph it just as is, y-intercept slope. So let's do another one. So let's say we take the line 5x minus 3y equals 12. You try it first. So the instructions would say, write this in slope-intercept form. So get the y by itself. Pause it, come back. So I want to get rid of the 5x. I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. Cancels. I have left negative 3y equals, put this in the right order, negative 5x plus 12. Almost there. Divide both sides by the negative 3. Everything, every term. Reduce what we have, so I have y equals negative over a negative becomes positive. Positive over a negative is a negative 4. Boom. Slope-intercept form. Same exact line. If I asked you to get the intercepts from here, that'd be easy. If I asked you to just graph it from here or tell the y-intercept, that would be easy. Let's try a couple more. Let's try 2x minus y equals 1. Pause it, come on back, see if you got what I got. First step, subtract 2x from both sides. Cancels, so I have negative y equals negative 2x plus 1. Cannot leave that y negative. Have to divide both sides by that negative 1 that's really there. We don't see the negative 1, but that's what's there. I'm going to get y equals negative 2 over negative 1 is 2x plus, 1 divided by negative 1 is minus 1. Okay, one more. Okay, try that, pause, come back. So subtract 3x from both sides. Be left with negative 4y equals negative 3x minus 6. Good, put it in that order. And now I'm going to divide everything by negative 4. And I'm going to be left with y equals negative divided by a negative is a positive. And negative 6 divided by negative 4 is the first time we have a fraction back here. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Sometimes it will happen. So negative divided by negative is a positive. And 6 divided by 4, I can leave this answer as 3/2. That is weird though. It's easiest for our y-intercept to be a mixed fraction or even a decimal. So 3/2. Let's leave this as 1.5. Or you could write it as 1.5. So that way it's easy to graph. You're going to go to 1.5 and then count up 3/4. Okay, go try the Khan Academy and we'll meet back up tomorrow.